So I thought I'd do a quick video to review how to balance hydrocarbon combustion reactions, as I know as you move on in chem, it's usually the one that causes the most problems. So just remember what it is. So you would have learned hydrocarbon combustion when you learned reactions, like your simple reactions like composition, decomposition, single replacement, double replacement, and then lastly, combustion. So hydrocarbon combustion means you have a combination of carbons and hydrogens. So depending on how many we have, it would change the compound. And you add in always oxygen, and your products will always be carbon dioxide and water. So as long as we can write out this base reaction, then we can balance it. Now, when I balance these reactions, I do follow a set of rules, and my first rule is you always start with hydrogen. So let's start with writing out the combustion of pentane. So pentane, if you take a look at, or look it up if you don't know it, is C5H12. I believe it's a liquid, but we should check that. So when you have pentane, again, if it's combustion, it's always combined with oxygen, and as long as it's complete combustion, you will have carbon dioxide gas and water. Now, my rules for balancing, again, I always start with hydrogen. When I take a look at hydrogen, I would see I have 12 on my reactant side. So to make 12 on my product side, I put a 6 in front of water. Now, with this, the first time, if it's even, keep going. Okay, so even, keep going. If it's odd, we would double it, like we'll see in the next example. So start with hydrogen, move on to carbon. So we have 5 carbon on the left-hand side, so we'll put 5 carbon on the right, and now we have 5 on each side. So hydrogen is balanced, carbon is now balanced, and the last one is oxygen. Now, on the left-hand side, oxygen, because you're multiplying by 2, will always be an even number. That's why we have this rule with hydrogen, but we'll look at it in the next one. Now, with our oxygens on the product side, it is coming from 2 places. So this 5 in front makes the oxygen from the carbon dioxide 10. And with the water, there's only a 1 here, so 6 times 1 would be 6. So we'd have a total of 16. So to balance that out, we would put an 8. So now we have our complete balanced reaction, and we can double check and everything will work out. So it's a little bit easier if our hydrogens are even. Now in this next example, the combustion of ethane, if you look ethane up, it is C2H6, and we're adding in, again, we always add in oxygen, and your products will always be carbon dioxide and water. Now, start with hydrogen. If I see that I have 6 hydrogens on the left, I want to make 6 on the right, I would put a 3 here. But then just skipping over to oxygens for a second, if I go to balance out my oxygens, talking about the left-hand side, it's always going to be even. If we're adding an even from carbon dioxide with an odd number from the water, the right-hand side would be odd. So to get around that, you just double your hydrogens. So if odd, double hydrogen. So instead of a 3, we are going to put a 6 to make a total of 12 hydrogens on the right-hand side. So then to make that even on the left-hand side, we'll need a 2 in front of the ethane, right? Because 2 times 6 is 12. Now hydrogens are balanced, and we can keep going. Move on to carbon. With that 2 in front, we now have 4 carbon on each side. And lastly, balance out your oxygen. So again, oxygen is coming from 2 places. So from the carbon dioxide, you have 8. From the water, you have 6. That will give you a total of 14. So on the left-hand side, we'll put a 7. So we have a total of 14. So just to recap this, always start with hydrogen. And if it is odd, double it. As long as you remember that, everything else will work out. Balance the carbon, balance the oxygen. Remember to add it from the water and the carbon dioxide. So this works when we need whole number coefficients. As you move on, you can start seeing fractions, and then we don't need to worry about this step. We can use a fraction instead. But here's our intro to it. If you found this helpful, please subscribe. And as always, if there's any other video I can do for you, just let me know. Thank you for watching.